Hey. Um, I don't know. Spirit had put on my heart to talk about my experience with, family and like particularly my mother and my father. Which I don't even want to say father. Cause it's giving like more like sperm donor. But hey, everybody is everybody for a reason, whatever. Cause bitch, I know who my father is. Like my real father. But um you gotta realize when it comes down to your parents, like, you gotta forgive your parents, you know? And I know everybody has different experience with their parents, Like, but you gotta understand, like, nobody's perfect, and you can't put everybody on a pedestal. We put our parents on a pedestal because, like, our parents are the ones that raised us, or like the people in our life they're supposed to nurture us, and they're supposed to, be there for us. But it's like when you have an absent parent, or things happen in your childhood, like your parents, like a lot of times your parents don't even know what they're doing, like, and like it's the fact that they chose to, like, I don't know. They be having an obligation to certain things. Like, once you decide to have a child, you have an obligation to that child because you decide to have the child. The child didn't ask to be here, bitch. You created that child. So it's like you have to realize, like, well, okay. I'm gonna give an example for me. When it comes down to me and my mom's relationship, I love my mom. My mom wasn't perfect. She wasn't the perfect mom, and like she wasn't always there, like for me, like the way I needed her to be. And everything that didn't happen, I don't know. I feel like everything happened for a reason, that everything happened the way it's supposed to happen. That's another thing. Things happen exactly how they're supposed to happen in order for you to grow, in order for you to get through things. So it's like, but when it comes down to my mom, like, I feel like for a long time I resented her and stuff, and I didn't see, like, a lot of things. But I had to realize, like, and grow up and realize, like, like my mom is a human. Like, she went through stuff. Like, she, like, it's a lot of stuff that your parents don't tell you. Like, it's a lot of things, like, everybody is not lucky enough to, like, have a good relationship with their parents and stuff like that. And if you don't have a good relationship with your parents, like, don't think it's something wrong with you because of that, It's like with my mom, it's like I had to forgive my mom, like, even internally. Like, you don't even have to tell your parents, but it's something you have to do internally in order to move on and not have fucking mommy and daddy issues. Because it's like, you have to realize, like, they're humans too. Like, they went through certain shit, and it's like you can't control what other people go through, like, or how people react to things. Like, you only can control how you react to stuff and how you do things. It's like, I accept it. You have to accept your parents and accept people for who they are. You know, just because you don't agree with everything they do, or just because you don't agree with everything they do. What else I finna say? Damn, that shit just kind of went. But just because you don't agree with everything somebody does, or like, you don't know what they went through, doesn't mean you have to resent them or treat them any type of different. When it comes down to my mom, it's like, yeah, she wasn't perfect and everything, but I can't say, like, she did the best that she can with what she had. Like, and it's like everybody is on different parts of their journey. Like, just because you're further along than somebody or you're behind doesn't mean like they're less than or not. It's like, in order for me to deal with like certain things, I had to just accept things for what they was, like, and not fucking try to be hyper fixated on it and try to change people. Like, that's what people too, like, in different relationships, like, I have to accept people for where they at and leave them where they fucking at, especially if I'm not on the same, like, wavelength as them. Like, if I could see something in somebody else and they're not seeing it in themselves, that's not my fucking problem. It's not my job to try to call out people and try to control stuff, especially if I don't know what they've been through. Like, you're not with somebody 25/8, like, to know exactly what they're going through in their head. And it's like, not everybody is going to tell you. Like, that's just the reality of it all. Not everybody's going to tell you what they're going through. It's up to you to discern and, like, know certain things. But it's like, it's not up to you to fucking try to change people or fucking, make people feel bad for where the fuck they at. And it's not it's not somebody else's job to do that to you either. Like sometimes you gotta leave your parents where they at too. Like, and they gotta learn on their own. Everybody gotta learn on their fucking own. But that don't mean that you have to be a fucking bitter ass bitch and resent them and motherfucking take it out on them. It's like I just had to accept people for who they are. I had to accept my mom for who she was and what she went through, and just be there for her as much as she's there for me. But at the same time, it's like leave her where she got to go, and I got to go where I got to go too. It's a certain point where like a separation has to happen for people to grow, and it's like it's nothing wrong with that too. Like, and it's like sometimes parents be so far gone that just like you can't go back. You know, everybody's situation is different, but don't think it's your fault or that you're less than just because your parent didn't love you or just because your parent didn't show you all the affection. Like, you're still like everything. Like, you have to remember that you can't control everybody and you can't control people's actions. You could just move on forward, like, and accept people for who they are. Like, I accept my mom for who she is, and it's like me holding that resentment in my heart for her for a long time, it really like didn't do anything good for me. It just like changed like me in a sense, and it's like, bitch, I don't want it to change me. Like, once you get past all that stuff, there's room for growth, there's room for love. Like, everything is not perfect. So it's just accept the things that you do have and move the fuck on. Oopsie. But yes, shit, in order to move on, like, you just gotta don't put everybody on a fucking pedestal, because that leaves room for disappointment and like, bitch, and then if like eventually you'll be disappointed in yourself, and you shouldn't have to feel like that. So just forgive your parents. Like, just forgive your parents, forgive your sisters, your brothers, every fucking body, and just move on with your life and do it. Like, everybody has to learn in their own sense. And sometimes you gotta let people, when they say if you love them, let them go, bitch. If you love them, let them the fuck go, bitch. Just don't let yourself go.